1 in form too small for a woman, in features too old for a child. For a look so worn and pathetic was stamped on her pale young face. It seemed long years of suffering must have left that silent trace. Mary Aguirre, if you please, sir. Your age? I'm 15. Well, Mary, then from a paper, she slowly and gravely read. You are charged here, I'm sorry to say, with stealing 3 loaves of bread. You look not like an old offender. And I hope that you can show the charge to be false. Now tell me, are you guilty of this or not? And the work all fell away. I could get no more employment. The weather was bitter cold. The young ones cried and shivered. So what was I to do, sir? I'm guilty, but don't condemn. I took... Oh! Was it stealing? The bread to give to them? And no one blamed him or wondered when he walked and smiled on her and said to himself, the guilty child. How long will I suffer?
You can see your mother's dead body. You are a robber, a disobedient son. You're the very cause of my beloved state. I hate you. I don't need you. Get lost. Go to hell. I want to see my mother. Please. I want to ask forgiveness from her. I want to see my mother. I can still remember when I was still a student. I like going out with my friends. My mother asked me where I was going and she pleaded me to stay home. But I shouted at her angrily, "You aging sickly woman! Get out of my way! You always meddle with my affairs. Maybe I'm not your real son. That's why you don't always allow me to go out with my friends and be happy with them." I pushed her out of my way and turned my back on and left her crying. Ha 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 ha. I was terribly trembling. I need an injection. I need to be injected with drugs. But how? I don't even have single centavo left.
I'm not the murderess. Hear me. I'm not the murderess. Audience, please let me explain. Okay. It all happened in school one day. I was in the library to find a book. Oh, then I found it. I was engrossed. I was reading. Then I didn't notice the time. It was gone past 6 and oh my, I was the only student left in the library. And to my dismay, Leo was waiting for me outside. He was already in front of me. "Hi Brenda, can I take you home?" I shook my head irritated. Oh God, how I hate him! Oh God, it was so painful. Ow! But before he even reached for me again, I spotted a rusty knife and grabbed it. "Now, Leo, Mr. Monteverde! Try to reach me, kiss me, or rape me, and I will never, ever forgive you! No! Go away! Ah! 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 I didn't know how many times I stabbed him in his body. Then I noticed blood. Oh my! There's blood on my hands! There's blood on my hands!
she was very determined to take me to the hospital. But I don't know, but I saw and felt pain in her heart. I was going to die. And when mother talked to the doctor and began signing the papers, I felt darkness engulfing my whole being. And then so next, I see rolling tears falling down from mother's cheek. Then saw tears rolling from mother's cheek as she gave me the warmest hug I have ever experienced. And I gave out the loudest cry. And when I saw her leaving and going away from me, I was, with my eyes filled with tears, I could hardly see her until she disappeared. Now, I'm alone. Who take advantage of children's innocence and inexperience.
Alright, that was Teacher Jason with a taste of hell. Next up, we have...
I killed her because I do love her. These hands that give life to many, killed her because of my love to her. Ladies and gentlemen of this honorable court, please listen to me. Listen to my story before you give my verdict. I was Dr. Reyes, cancer specialist. I was born in the slum district of Bacolod. My father? Oh, I don't know him, for I am a child of faith. My mother brought me such determination, and my ambition was to escape the filthy and horrible place of Bacolod. My mother had burning pains that she turned the night into days. All her efforts were not in vain, for I pushed through with flying colors. She asked as I embraced her, "Yes, Mother, I love you. If I could get all the pain and agonies, God, forgive me. Please understand me." Mother! I was not dead. It was only a distilled water. Mother, don't leave. I love you. Mother. Go, punish me, judge me. Go, punish me. Thy will be done.
Father was not given a chance to bid us his goodbye. We followed him mile after mile. We were hungry and thirsty, and then we saw this group of Japanese. We ran towards the direction of the voice, but we're too late. We saw Father hanging on a tree, dead. Everything went black. Next thing I knew, I was nursing my poor, invalid mother. One day, we heard the church bell ringing. It was a sign for us to find our shelter, to our hideout. But I cannot leave my poor mother, my invalid mother. I tried to show her the way to the hideout. Suddenly, bombs were falling from the sky. Airplanes are roaring overhead. Canyons firing everywhere. Boom! 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 Mother was hit. Her legs were shattered into pieces. I took her gently in my arms, and I cried. But I cried out, vengeance! I went like a went-out volcano. Vengeance is not ours. It's God's, said my mother. These were the last words from my mother before she died.
Is it Teacher Dot? Teacher Sally? Teacher Blue? Teacher Iris? Wow, so many fans. Teacher Mickey or Teacher Jason? Teacher Jason. Sal, Bernard? Teacher Tara?
Garnering a score of 97.6 is so garnering a total of 75% teacher Jason. And next, garnering a total of 81.3% teacher Blue. Two remaining participants to please come in front like a pageant. Okay, so we have the two stars here. The first is